I'm Eric Mclaren. Today is Thursday, March 3rd, and this is Scud Live. CUPE Local 79 and the City of Toronto have reached an agreement after a 2-week-long Work to Rule campaign launched by the union. For details on this story, check out Rachel Clemens' coverage on skedline.com. The Canadian Border Services Agency says close to 118 kilograms of cocaine were seized at the Toronto Pearson International Airport. The drugs were seized during a routine cargo check from an aircraft that arrived from Mexico on January 17th. The contents have been turned over to the RCMP. 27 people will stay out all night to live the experience of a homeless youth in Toronto. The 360 Degrees experience is a fundraiser to raise money and awareness for youth homelessness in the GTA. The group will set off with only the resources a homeless youth would have and brave the entire night trying to keep warm. For a look at what the weather will be like for these participants, we'll go to Shania Lane with the weather report.
Thanks, Eric. I'm here at the corner of Kipling and Lakeshore. It is -7, feeling like -12. There should be scattered flurries into the afternoon, so make sure you're bundled up. Keep your hats, mitts, and scarf close. It is pretty gray outside. It's expected to stay gray into the afternoon. Now over to Anthony.
Thanks, Shania. And this is your 5-day weather forecast. It looks like we all survived Snowmageddon. Now let's look at the weather for the rest of the week. For today's weather, we have a high of -4 and a low of -8. And heading into the weekend, all we're going to see is clouds. It's going to be cloudy Friday and Saturday. We're going to have a high of -1 both days. We'll be expecting some light snow on Friday, and we'll be expecting some more snow on Saturday, but nothing we experienced the past couple of days, so it's not too bad. And on Sunday, heading into the work week, the temperatures are going to start to rise. We're going to have a high of 4 and a low of -2. And starting on Monday, the weather's going to get really great. We're going to have a high of 8, and we hope to see that weather continue to trend throughout the rest of the week. I'm Anthony Ferreira. Now let's go back to Eric with the rest of the news.
Thanks, Anthony. Ahmed Shafia is presenting a new claim to the Ontario Court of Appeals today. Shafia and his parents were convicted in 2009 for the murders of 4 members of their family after their bodies were discovered in the Rideau Canal. The 3 were sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years. Shafia's legal team will argue that evidence from Afghanistan shows Shafia was 17 at the time of his arrest, which would make him too young to be tried as an adult. Immigration Minister John McCallum says the government is considering paying the travel costs of all refugees Canada will resettle in the future. The government has been providing refugees and newcomers with loans to help pay for medical exams and other costs, but that practice could be changed by the upcoming budget. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau met with premiers and Indigenous leaders in Vancouver yesterday to discuss a national plan on climate change. Trudeau began the day by reaffirming Canada's plan to lower greenhouse gas emissions, but after meeting with the premiers, the difficulty of that transition set in. Aboriginal leaders were concerned that the invitation list was not broad enough, and some premiers voiced their concerns about government policy toward Energy East and national carbon pricing. Now let's go to sports with Yanis Kamsi.
What's up, sports fans? I'm Yanis Kamsi, and here's what's going on in the world of sports. The NHL unveiled the 8 jerseys that will be worn by the countries competing in the World Cup of Hockey. The Team Canada sweater is red with white maple leafs on the arms and features a sharp, clean, artistic design of the maple leaf in the center of the chest. The journey has garnered some controversy for the arrow-like leaf design, which is getting some different reactions from hockey fans. For more on this, let's go to Anthony Ferreira.
Thanks, Yanis. Yesterday, the NHL and NHL Players Association released jerseys for Team Canada and the rest of the teams competing in the World Cup. The tournament starts on September 17th through October 1st. Now let's see what the people think of the new jerseys for Team Canada. So have you seen the new Team Canada jerseys?
Yes, I saw them this morning, actually.
What do you think of the new jerseys?
Not my favorite. I've liked past ones before, like the 2010 jerseys better at the Olympics. They were nicer, but can't complain.
I think they're nice. They look good. They're like simple. I like it.
Do you like them better than all the other Team Canada jerseys previously?
Yeah, I'd say so. They like stand out a little more. I like them.
So have you guys seen the new Team Canada jerseys?
I don't really watch hockey, so I haven't seen it.
All right, I can show you guys right now.
That's fire. Oh, wow, that's sick. And that's like Adidas, right?
Yeah,
I see the lines at the side. That's lit.
What do you guys like about the jersey?
Sleeves. Yeah, I like the leaf right by the, here, like the forearm area. The Adidas thing on the side. I like Adidas, so it hits home for me.
Now back to you, Yanis.
Thanks a lot, Anthony. The University of New Brunswick has been ordered to reinstate its women's varsity hockey team by the province's Labor Board. The team was stripped of its funding and varsity status in 2009. Student athlete Sylvia Bryson said this was a decision based on discrimination of sex. Here's a look at the sports roundup. The Toronto Raptors defeated the Utah Jazz last night 104-94. Kyle Lowry was the Raptors' top scorer, and Gordon Hayward was the Utah Jazz's top scorer. The Canadiens lost to the Anaheim Ducks 2-3. Alex Galenchuk was the top scorer for the Canadiens, and Corey Perry was the top scorer for the Anaheim Ducks. The Chicago Blackhawks defeated the Red Wings 5-2. Artemi Panarin and Gustav Nyquist were the top scorers in the game. The Humber men's basketball team will face St. Lawrence College Friday night at 3 p.m. in Game 2 of the OCAA Championship. Students and faculty are encouraged to show support and watch the game in the Humber Athletics Center at North Campus. The Davis Cup International Tennis Tournament begins tomorrow. Team Canada's double players Miles Raonic and Daniel Nestor have pulled out of the competition. Raonic is still recovering from an injury, while Nestor has pulled out due to a family matter. Team Canada said it would name replacements at a later date. The Leafs face the Minnesota Wild tonight at the ACC. The Montreal Canadiens take on the LA Kings, and the Blackhawks will face off against the Bruins in Boston. Now that's all for sports. Back to you, Eric.
Thanks, Yanis. 2 women who attacked Turkish police in Istanbul were killed earlier today. A statement on a website affiliated with the Revolutionary People's Liberation Party Front claimed responsibility for the attack. The attack started when the two women opened fire on a riot police station. The women died in a shootout with police. 2 police officers were injured during the attack. A Guatemalan court ordered 2 former military officers convicted of holding indigenous women as sex slaves during the nation's civil war to pay their victims over $1 million in compensation. The 2 officers were sentenced to 360 years in jail for holding the women as slaves, as well as murder and forced disappearances dating back to the early 1980s. Guatemala's civil war lasted from 1960 to 1996, and this is the first time armed forces members have been convicted of wartime rape or ordered to pay compensation to victims. Tensions are rising in Kazakhstan as ethnic Russians, who make up more than 1/5 of the country's population, are feeling increasingly insecure. Much of the tension revolves around uncertainty as to who will succeed President Nursultan Nazarbayev. The 75-year-old has been in power since 1989 and maintained close relations with Moscow. Analysts say a regime that breaks ties with the Kremlin might spur separatist rebellions similar to those in Ukraine. Now to entertainment news with Reedy Mangat.
Thanks, Eric. Kanye West is in the middle of yet another Twitter battle, this time with fellow music producer deadmau5. Kanye took to Twitter on Wednesday asking deadmau5 if he would perform at his daughter's birthday party dressed as Minnie Mouse. deadmau5 responded with a number of tweets. One accusing West of pirating music production software, and another suggests his fans organize a Kickstarter so that the debt-ridden West wouldn't have to steal software anymore. Sports Illustrated's newest model, Ashley Graham, has a few words for Cheryl Tiegs. Cheryl Tiegs is a former Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. She accused the magazine of glamorizing an unhealthy body image. Graham responded to Tiegs' comments with an eye roll, also commenting that there are too many people thinking that they can look at a girl my size and say that we are unhealthy. You can't, only my doctor can. Tiegs tweeted an apology on Monday. J.K. Rowling has announced an upcoming film, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, will be the first installment in a trilogy. The trilogy is not to be confused with Rowling's new play, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, the 8th book in the Harry Potter series. Fantastic Beasts will be released on November 18th and stars Eddie Redmayne. The sequel to the 2013 film Olympus Has Fallen premiered earlier this week. London Has Fallen stars Gerard Butler as a Secret Service agent who uncovers a scheme targeting world leaders in London. Also part of the cast are Morgan Freeman, Angela Bassett, and Aaron Eckhart. Zoe Saldana will be playing iconic singer Nina Simone in an upcoming biopic, and Simone's daughter is not happy. Saldana has taken a lot of heat for her role in this film, where she appears to have darkened her skin to play the singer. Saldana responded on Twitter, quoting Simone herself. "I'll tell you what freedom is to me, no fear. I mean really, no fear." Simone's daughter, Lisa Simone Kelly, responded back saying, "Cool story, but please take Nina's name out of your mouth for the rest of your life." Simone's daughter has been critical of the decision to cast Saldana to play her mother since it was first announced in 2012. Actress Tina Fey plays a reporter in her latest film, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. The film is based on journalist Kim Barker's book, The Taliban Shuffle: Strange Days in Afghanistan and Pakistan. The film premieres in New York on Monday. The Rolling Stones have announced a free outdoor concert in Havana. They will be performing on March 25th. It is likely to be the biggest rock concert ever performed in Cuba, whose communist government had once banned the group's music, calling it an ideological deviation. The Foo Fighters will not be splitting up. They posted a 7-minute comical video poking fun at breakup rumors. David Grohl confirmed in an interview that they will be going on a long break. Bob Dylan has sold an archive of his works to the University of Tulsa, where they will be available for public exhibitions. The 6,000-item collection contains memorabilia that spans the length of the 74-year-old singer's 55-year-long career. The new trailer for Finding Nemo premiered on the Ellen DeGeneres Show on Wednesday. And here's the trailer.
You know what that feels like?
Yes.
Then we better get going.
Totally sick!
Isn't it great?
No! I'm gonna be totally sick!
I'm sorry, I gotta blink. How do you hold your eyes open that long?
The ever-forgetful Dory will be voiced by Ellen as she enlists Nemo on a journey to find her family. I'm Rudy Mangat. That's all for entertainment today. Now back to Eric.
Thanks, Reedy. 2 days after Super Tuesday, Republican presidential hopefuls will take the stage in Detroit for the 11th debate of this election cycle. The debate will feature candidates John Kasich, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, and Donald Trump. Expect sparks between moderator Megyn Kelly and Trump. The GOP frontrunner skipped the last Fox News debate amid an ongoing feud with Kelly. That's all your news for today. I'm Eric Mclaren. Thanks for watching Scud Live.